everyone, Coach Michelle here. So I want to talk to you about sugar. Now, this kind of goes off of my clean eating series that I just finished up. But let's talk sugar, because sugar seems to be in everything, especially the processed stuff. Now, I'm not talking about natural sugar, but we can go into that a little bit, because if you're eating natural sugar plus all the added sugar, that adds up. And even, natural sugar has calories in it. But let's just talk about what you're drinking, not necessarily what all you're eating. Let's talk about what you're drinking. So let's say you drink sodas, Coke. I'm going to go with Coke, but I'm going to tell you Mountain Dew and some of the other ones have even more sugar. So, do you know how many teaspoons of sugar is in a 12-ounce can of Coke? There's 9 1/3 teaspoons. So almost 10 teaspoons of sugar just in one 12-ounce Coke. So if you're drinking, say, 3 Cokes a day, 3 canned Cokes, and I know a lot of people drink a whole lot more than that, that's like 28 teaspoons of sugar just in 3 sodas. Now, most people, I know a lot of people don't necessarily drink the cans. They probably get the 20-ounce bottles, or they go and get those big gulps. And most people put a little bit of ice in those big gulps, and they fill that big gulp all the way up. So that's a lot of sugar in one drink. So do you all drink coffee as well? Do you drink like sweet tea or, hot tea? Do you add sugar to that? So I know I don't drink coffee, but I know when I have gone out and ordered like a tea and it's not like sweet enough, when I used to drink sweet tea, I would add more sugar to it. So, and trust me, I've worked in restaurants that make their own tea. I know how much sugar goes into that, that they call it an urn. It's a tea urn. I know how much sugar goes into that, because we make what we call a sugar syrup. It's a syrup water, and we go ahead and dissolve the sugar and mix it with water. There is a lot of freaking sugar that goes into that sweet tea you buy at the restaurant, and it's a whole lot more than you probably do at home as well. So just think about it. If you're drinking sodas throughout the day, if you're adding 3 or 4 teaspoons of sugar to your coffee, if you drink sweet tea throughout the day as well, and you're adding sugar to that, what else do you drink throughout the day? Do you drink energy drinks? Do you drink Gatorade, fruit juices? Because fruit juices, especially if it's from concentrate, they add stuff to it. It's not just the natural sugar. A lot of these healthy drinks out there that you think are good for you, check the label. Starbucks. Let's not even get started on Starbucks. I don't drink it. It smells good, and I know a lot of people love it. But look up how much sugar is in your Starbucks frappe, cappuccino, frozen coffee, whatever you buy. Look up how much sugar's in it. We are consuming a lot of sugar just in drinks. And that's not counting all the added sugar that's in some of the food you guys are eating. I'm going to go into that in, another one. But there's sugar in foods you would not think sugar would be in. And I'm just going to use this as an example, because a lot of parents, we buy hot dogs for our kids sometimes. Go read a hot dog label. There's corn syrup in it. Why? A hot dog is not sweet. A hot dog doesn't need to be sweet. But back on to, the drinks. So just, write down just one day. Write down what you drink during the day. And then at the end of the day, kind of go look it up. You can Google how much sugar's in a Coke. It tells you right there. There's 9 1/3 teaspoons in a Coke. If you know how much sugar you're putting in your coffee, write it down. And then add it up at the end of the day and see how much sugar you're actually drinking. And you might, that might be like a light bulb that goes off as to why you can't lose weight, or, you're gaining weight. Because a lot of people don't think about the drinks that they drink, about it having sugar. They just, think about other things like foods or candies. I'm going to tell you, there's more sugar in, a Coke than there are in some of the candy bars or some of the candy out there. Now, don't run out and start eating candy, because there's a lot more stuff in that as well. But just think about, what you're intaking. And that may be a clue as to why, you're having trouble losing weight, or, you're putting on weight. Plus, sugar has so many other bad effects to it. But that's just my little thing for you today. Look at what you're drinking. Look how much sugar's in it, and see if that may be a clue as to what the problem is. Y'all have a great afternoon.